Well, I've said this, and I keep saying this, it's going to take everybody to bring what Elizabeth has brought to this team.
And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates.
I'm just going to do whatever it takes for my coach. Whatever position my coach needs me to play in, I'm just going to do whatever benefits the team.
Chicago Sky fans, what's going on? Your team's shooting 3 for 10 from the field, and now you're turning on Angel Reese. Something's not adding up here. Is it time for a change, or are we missing a bigger picture? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Remember when Angel Reese was the talk of the town? Well, now she's got Chicago talking for all the wrong reasons. Her game is full of rebounds, but empty on points. Is the Sky's brightest star actually their biggest liability? Let's break it down. In a recent game, Reese pulled down an impressive 14 rebounds. Sounds great, right?
Well, I've said this, and I keep saying this, it's going to take everybody to bring what Elizabeth has brought to this team.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now.
He called me out, though. He called me out first.
But here's the kicker. She only scored 7 points. That's a head scratcher for a player who was supposed to be the team's offensive powerhouse. You might be thinking, okay, but rebounds are important too. And you're right, but when your star player is struggling to convert those opportunities into points, it's a problem, especially when she's shooting a dismal 30% from just 2 feet away from the basket. That's not just bad, it's alarming. Fans are starting to notice, and they're not happy. Social media is buzzing with calls to bench Reese. It's a far cry from the excitement that surrounded her arrival, but can you blame them? When your team is in a slump, you expect your top players to step up, not fade away. But wait, there's more to this story. Some are pointing fingers at Reese's off-court activities. During the Olympic break, she was busy with fashion gigs and her podcast. Now, there's nothing wrong with having interests outside of basketball, but when your on-court performance is suffering, it raises questions. One critic put it bluntly, Angel keeps posting up and shooting 30% from the floor. It's getting ugly. Ouch! That's not the kind of commentary you want about your star player. Here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't a new problem for Reese. Even back in her college days, at LSU, she ranked in the 33rd percentile for finishing at the rim. That's not exactly star material. It seems like her shooting woes have followed her into the big leagues. So what's the deal? Is Reese all flash and no substance? Or is this just a temporary slump that she'll bounce back from? The Sky's coaching staff is under pressure to figure it out fast. Their playoff hopes might just depend on it. You've heard about Angel Reese's woes, but there's another story unfolding on the Chicago Sky. Camila Cardoso is racking up rebounds and assists like it's child's play, so why isn't she the talk of the town? The answer might just change everything for the struggling Sky. Let's talk numbers for a second. Cardoso just dropped a jaw-dropping 11 rebounds and 6 assists in a recent game. That's not just good, it's game-changing. But here's where things get weird. She's barely touching the ball on offense. It's like having a Ferrari and only using it to pick up groceries. Fans are starting to notice, and they're not happy. One frustrated supporter didn't mince words. Camila needs to shoot 15 plus times. What the F is Coach Spoon doing? Stop running plays for Angel. Ouch. That's the kind of heat that makes coaches sweat. But wait, it gets even crazier. Cardoso isn't just holding her own, she's outperforming the team's supposed star. Reports show she's outscoring Angel Reese with way fewer shot attempts. It's like watching David beat Goliath, but David's coach keeps telling him to sit on the bench. So what's the deal? Why is Chicago's potential savior warming the bench instead of lighting up the scoreboard? It's not like the Sky can afford to be picky right now. They're struggling, and Cardoso could be their ticket out of this mess. Think about it. The Sky's offense is as dry as a desert right now. They're shooting 3 for 10 from the field. That's not just bad, it's historically awful. And here they have a player who's proving she can score efficiently, but they're not using her. It's like having a fire extinguisher during a house fire and deciding to use a water gun instead.
And the way she's anchored our defense, so it's going to take all of us to do the job that she's done thus far. So
And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates.
With all the things that we're trying to implement, they're looking really, really good at it, coming off the screens, finding the roles, finding the big.
Fans are losing their minds over this. They're watching their team melt down, and they see a solution right there on the bench. One fan summed it up perfectly. The team is melting down because Cardoso isn't getting enough touches. It's hard to argue with that logic when you look at the numbers. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about one player or one game. It's about the future of the Chicago Sky. Their playoff hopes are hanging by a thread, and they need something or someone to turn things around fast. Could Cardoso be that someone? The stats say yes. The fans say yes. But for some reason, the coaching staff seems to be saying no. It's a head scratcher that's driving Chicago fans up the wall. You've seen the players struggle on the court, but what if the real issue isn't with the athletes at all? The Chicago Sky's problems might run deeper than we thought, and all eyes are turning to the sidelines. Teresa Weatherspoon, the Sky's head coach, is under fire. Fans are questioning her strategy, and it's not just about who's getting playing time anymore. The criticism is getting harsh, with one fan boldly claiming Teresa Weatherspoon is an incompetent coach. She cares more about Angel getting double-doubles than winning. That's a serious accusation. Is there any truth to it? Let's look at the facts. The Sky's record is a dismal 3-7 in their last 10 games. That's not just a slump, it's a nosedive that's threatening their playoff hopes. And while Angel Reese continues to rack up impressive rebound numbers, the team's overall performance is suffering. But wait, there's more to this story. Remember Marina Maybury? She just dropped a bombshell by requesting a trade, citing philosophical differences with the team. That's PR speak for something seriously wrong behind the scenes. This isn't just about one player being unhappy. Maybury's trade request hints at deeper issues within the team's strategy. Are players feeling misused? Is there a disconnect between what the coaching staff wants and what the players believe will lead to success? The criticism of Weatherspoon's coaching style is gaining traction. Some argue she's more focused on individual player statistics than the team's collective success. It's a dangerous game in professional sports where wins are the ultimate currency.
I'm just going to do whatever it takes for my coach. Whatever position my coach needs me to play in, I'm just going to do whatever benefits the team.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game.
Think about it. If your star player is getting double-doubles, but your team is losing games, something's not adding up. It's like having a Ferrari but never making it out of the driveway. What good are impressive individual stats if they don't translate to victories? This coaching controversy is exposing a fundamental question in basketball strategy. What matters more, individual performance or team success? In the WNBA, where every game counts, the answer seems clear. Wins trump stats every time. So what's next for the Sky? The team is at a crossroads. They need to reevaluate how they're utilizing their talent and fast. That might mean making some tough decisions about playing time, offensive strategies, and even coaching philosophy. One potential solution, a complete overhaul of their offensive game plan. Instead of force-feeding certain players for stats, they could focus on creating a more balanced attack. That might mean more touches for efficient scorers like Camila Cardoso, even if it means fewer rebounds for Reese. The Sky also needs to address their shooting woes. A 3 for 10 performance from the field isn't just bad luck, it's a sign of systemic issues in their offensive approach. Are they taking the right shots? Are they creating enough open looks? These are the questions Weatherspoon and her staff need to answer, and fast. But here's the thing, change is never easy, especially mid-season. It takes courage to admit your strategy isn't working and pivot to something new. The question is, does Weatherspoon have that courage? And more importantly, will the Sky's management give her the chance to make those changes? The clock is ticking for Chicago. Every loss pushes them further from playoff contention, and the frustration among fans is growing. They're watching a team with immense potential struggle to put the pieces together, and they're demanding answers. This isn't just about X's and O's anymore. It's about team culture, communication, and the delicate balance between individual and collective success. The Sky need to find that balance, and they need to find it fast. The Chicago Ski are at a crossroads, and their season hangs hangs in the balance, and Reese's struggles continue to plague the team, with her offensive woes overshadowing her rebounding prowess. Meanwhile, Camila Cardoso is proving to be a diamond in the rough, outperforming expectations, but still not getting the touches she deserves. But the real kicker, the coaching decisions that have fans scratching their heads. It's like watching a chef ignore the best ingredients in the kitchen. The Sky have the talent, but they're not using it right. So what's next for Chicago? Will they finally give Cardoso the green light and let her cook? Or will they keep forcing the ball to Reese and hope for a miracle? One thing's for sure, the clock is ticking. The Sky need to make some tough choices and fast. Their playoff dreams depend on it.